humor, Dave.
I don't know if I'd call that a sense of humor, but the winds were like 71 mile per hour, which is pretty impressive when you consider like 74 and above is hurricane strength. So that's the reason they had some damage out there, and a lot of wind chills broken we hear on I-70 because of those storms out there. Speaking of storms, more storms are building up in the mountains up here. Here's our library cam. Still sunny and clear downtown, so it's going to be a while before those storms make their way into our neck of the woods. Evergreen Parkway camera at I-70, you can see the cumulus clouds trying to build up into thunderstorms up there. And the Tech Center cam showing kind of a different story. This is the Tech Center looking downtown, and you see that haze hanging over the city. Unfortunately, there's a little pollution and ozone all together, so we have poor air quality today. It's unhealthy for sensitive groups, and they advise you, the city advises you to pack a lunch. Hopefully you got that instead of driving out to get that lunch. So our air quality alert right here for the Front Range because of ozone and pollution, and there is an air quality alert in Grand Junction for that fire that Britt told you about. There's smoke all over Mesa County out there, so they're having a problem breathing the air out there too. Here's a satellite and a radar, and just within the last half hour or so, we're starting to see some thunderstorms build up here in the central portion of the state, from just south of Grand Lake down to Fairplay down here, and there's two little lightning bolts coming towards Eagle out there in Eagle County as these storms are starting to build out there. So they're in the mountains now, so that's going to mean it's going to take most of the day for them to arrive here. But when they do, which probably will be after 4 o'clock, we have a chance of severe thunderstorms from the Front Range foothills, I-25 corridor, all the way out to the eastern plains. So almost all of eastern Colorado has a chance of seeing hail with very strong winds again, maybe 1-inch diameter hail possible, and heavy rains in some pockets as well. We'll have a couple of those possible here in the Denver metro area too. Take a look at the futurecast. The storm's already starting to build in the mountains, and then by about 4 or 5 o'clock, you see them start to move into Denver, and then they gravitate out to the eastern plains during the afternoon. So I think the best chance from Denver to Lyman to see the action going will be between 4 and 7 o'clock, the way things look. And guess what? Tomorrow, we do it all again. And it's even a better chance from Fort Collins, Boulder, Denver, the I-25 corridor, all over eastern Colorado. It's marginal to slight, but typically when we see even the slight chance over eastern Colorado, we get some action going with hail and gusty winds. High temperatures today, 90s and 80s out east, 70s and 80s in the mountains. And you got to feel for western Colorado. They're not getting much cooling at all. Craig, Grand Junction, Cortez, Durango in the 90s and 100s. Grand Junction may make it to 101 today. So 90 ought to be the high this afternoon with scattered thunderstorms. 91 tomorrow, 88 on Wednesday. We take a little dip, and then low 90s here. But each day scattered showers and thunderstorms. And the reason we have a better chance of severe storms tomorrow afternoon, a little cold front comes in, and that, Britt, is what dips us down to 88, but even that's pretty close to where we should be for this time of year.
Cold front in air quotes, right?
Cold front, a less hot front, I guess, that you would call that, right?
Dave, thank you so
You
much.
betcha.
Happy birthday, Colorado. We celebrated Colorado's 100